let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Back and forth with the bullshit. I know I said it before, I don't mean it. It's been a while since I had your attention, so it might hurt to hit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bid you a warm welcome to Eclipse Fight League 3! How beautiful is it to see some faces tonight, Pash?
All I can say is that it is time to get the crowd in here and going.
Right. A few things we need from you tonight. That is energy. That is not being able to speak when you leave this venue. The action will be fire. It will be high octane, and hopefully, it will be bloody.
Well, all I can say is there will be a fight tonight. Who's ready for a fight?
Come on, you can do better than that. Who's ready for a fight? Right, let us take you through the card tonight. What a card we have lined up, some special entertainment as well. And of course, the first ever ladies EFL fight. Pash?
Yeah, of course. First EFL fight for these ladies, so I hope you all give them a warm round of applause. Of course, they are showing their skill tonight. They're going to be in it to win it.
Absolutely. It's a battle of the countries. It's Namibia versus South Africa. More than pride is on the line. We're looking forward to that.
Yeah, of course, we like the fact that Sonia is here representing her country, and we'd like to say it is a Southern Hemisphere, all things go kind of night.
Sonia Simon from Namibia against Julia Rich from South Africa. Fight 2, Carl Duchy will be taking on Grant Shotton.
Now this, of course, is another fight where we're going to see Africa at its best. Debutants, of course, and trying to find their way here at EFL, but it remains to be seen. Listen, guys, you got to give it all your best, and all of you got to get behind them and support them in their endeavors here with us tonight, because I'm sure it's going to be electric.
It is going to be electrifying. We'll give you a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu exhibition as well, just so you can see the other side of MMA, as well as an aerial acrobatic performance.
Well, as long as it's not me that has to do any of that acrobatics, I will leave it to the pros.
I certainly hope not, Pash. We want you in one piece. Fight 4 will be the last fight on our amateur card. Ndumiso Mashaba taking on Humphrey Muhlala.
Now, of course, when we say that it is fight 4, what we do mean is it is hunger and determination. These gentlemen have put in the hours, they've put in the time, they've put in the workload. Now it's fight night, and here's hoping that they can be every bit of success in their bout tonight.
It is fight night, it is pro-am night as well. No head guards expected in this one, so plenty of punches to the face I'm seeing, and I hope that you will too. Our first pro-am fight of the night, Matthijs Durant takes on Richard Spagnuolo.
Yeah, well, there we go. You see, we already have a calling for both those fighters. And of course, Richard, a familiar face to EFL, but now can he put on a show and deliver on fight night.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have come on the right night because tonight is the first EFL title fight. Marlon Watton taking on Luca Paiole.
Well. There we go. There you have it. Of course, this is our feature fight of the night. And two tacticians going to go head to head. You look at Luca with his ability to be in your face, and Marlon, obviously clinical as well. Both of them tasting victory already under the EFL banner.
All right, let's hear it for our fighters for tonight. Of course, before every fight, there is a Y crew dance that takes place. What is that about, Pash?
Well, in layman's terms, it is the culture and the tradition of Muay Thai. And what in essence it does is it allows for the fighters to get into the zone, pay homage to their trainers, and of course, the audience gets to see a little bit about them, gets to see how flexible they are, how intense they are. It's really important to the fight game and, of course, to Muay Thai as well.
Absolutely. It's important because it's a traditional warm-up dance, and it is something that they need to do to get into the zone. Before we get the fighting action underway, let's give you a demonstration. Calling on the first fighter of the night, Brian!
On my own on a Friday night. My friends are on my phone, they keep blowing up my line. Send me your location, the Uber's outside. Running out of time. If we're going out for the night, I'ma meet you down on the floor. Oh, tell me when you're out for the night. We can get it started, let's go. Just watch me dance.
Well, there you have it. EFL 3 here.
We're hearing the traditional music.
Of course, it is vitally important, the traditional music, to get the fighter in the zone. And as you can see, already paying homage to Crew Samakelo as one of the judges. So this is an opportunity for the fighter to, of course, pay homage to his team, those that back him, and get in the zone. You can argue it is one of the most important things that a fighter has to go through in order to switch off and get into that fighting zone.
Yeah, he's getting himself acquainted with all four corners of the ring, getting his mind in the zone, and that is exactly what you need before a fight like this.
And I think also from a artistic perspective, while many may not know the reasoning behind this, you can certainly admire it from an artistic perspective, almost the way that it's done in the traditional sense.
Yeah.
Beautiful to watch.
Absolutely. You can see him just doing his breathing exercises as well, in through the nose, out through the mouth, getting himself ready. This is one of my favorite parts of it.
Yeah, it just brings that ancient history to the forefront that has been there for thousands of years, and it kind of takes you back. It's like a time warp, a time capsule. I mean, if anything, what we see here now is, Thai tradition and culture being shown here in the southern tip of Africa.
Love to see it. Great stretching, great flexibility there on display.
Yeah, I think you have to look at it from a point of view of a practical point of view as well. Most fighters use this, to stretch the legs, to stretch the limbs, to get the arms going, to get the blood going, and get ready for war. Of course, Muay Thai really coming into the fore in martial arts in recent years. We see a lot of it happening in various different martial art forms in other different tournaments, and of course on screen as well. The likes of Tony Jaa popularizing Muay Thai for the fans across the globe as well.
The first fight of the night in the 57 to 60 kilogram female amateur category. Fighting out of the blue corner, she comes from Namibia in her debut EFL fight. Fighting from Combat Club Namibia, Sonia Simon!
Now Sonia makes her way to the ring, and you can hear the anticipation for this young fighter to come through. Definitely a sense of eagerness and determination on her face, quietly walking up to the ring. If you talk blue steel, she's definitely got it in her face. Looks like she's ready to turn up and show the crowd what she can do.
I never went nowhere, but they saying loot is back. Blame it on that contour, the hood call it Ludiac. And I'm on this
Of course, Sonia representing Namibia, representing her country here at EFL 3.
Now, looking to prevent her from taking home the glory for her country, Namibia, fighting in the red corner for South Africa. She comes from SA under Integrated Fighting System Gym in Johannesburg. Give it up for Julia Rich!
Now Julia makes her way into the ring, and of course you can see a face of steel calmly walking through up onto the ring. No eye contact, very serious. Of course, a lot of pressure on her tonight as she's representing South African aspirations in EFL 3 for the women.
I'm really looking forward to this one, Pash. Some real entertainment on the cards here.
Yeah, man, it's a fight. So, fight of this nature always entertaining, and as you can see, they've started with the Y crew paying homage, just like you saw in the demonstration before the fight. Looking at these two fighters, I wonder if height is going to play a factor and how Sonia is going to combat the extra reach that her opponent brings. We'll have to see how they square up.
Also expecting a lot of speed from these two fighters as they go toe-to-toe.
Well, Julia will certainly bring with her a lot of heart. And I think she'll also be buoyed by the fact that she has a South African crowd here. So home ground advantage. Let's see how it plays.
The Battle of Southern Africa in EFL 3.
It's great to see these ladies coming under the banner, taking the challenge, joining Eclipse Fight League to show their talent and their skill and put sort of eyes on what they can do.
The energy is electrifying. I wish for you at home, you were sitting in this venue. You can feel how these fighters are just getting ready for this battle, making the hair on the back of my neck stand up, if I had any.
I love that you mentioned that. Of course, yes, it is a very, very cool, calm showing from both fighters, actually. But now, here's what separates everyone. The warriors
from the non-warriors.
It'll be interesting to see what we see tonight. Will technique play a key part, or will we see tenacity that will perhaps win the day? It's important for these ladies to keep their momentum by thinking about their technique, but also just watching on the clock and understanding that they still have time to execute.
Hey, fighting 3 rounds, 3 minutes, 1 minute break. Listen for
Crew Brett Clark in the middle, giving the fighters the down low, the rules and regulations, and obviously making sure that we have a safe and well-refed fight.
Speaking of the rules and regulations, three-minute rounds with 1 minute of rest in between. It starts now.
Now we see Julia coming out first, strong, but Sonia using those roundhouse kicks to start the pace. Both fighters tentatively squaring off against each other.
Yeah, you can see Sonia trying to use her reach through her legs.
It has to be said that right now, Julia obviously, needs to keep that guard up. Sonia going in now, but really, for the first few minutes, I think both ladies may be a bit nervous, still trying to figure out how they're gonna enter and go into the rest of the fight.
Already you're seeing the 8 limbs at work here. You can see Sonia looks to be the aggressor in this first round. Julia just trying to size her opponent up.
What will be key here is to see whether Julia can keep up with the momentum, and will her height and reach be a difference. Right now, from a technical point of view, she definitely needs to tuck up a bit more, throwing that 1-2 with dropping her hands, while Sonia also fighting on the back foot. Makes it difficult to really see what's happening.
You can see that Sonia Simon seems to be on the front foot, laying it into Julia's face as a punching bag right now. Ooh, the punches are connecting.
I think both ladies already feeling the conditioning. If we look at them, both already breathing heavy. The gum guards, not a sure sign of where their physicality is.
Now I wonder if you can see Sonia Simon tiring out a bit. She went in guns blazing at the start of this round. It seems like a little fatigue starting to set in already. You can see her clenching her teeth in that one. Julia Wrench trying to get back into it. Julia is now in a
position, of course, as you've mentioned, to possibly capitalize on that. But the pace of this first round, a little bit slow for my liking. Both fighters still feeling each other out.
Grudge match, you can see this. Lot of boxing. There you get the knees. The first knee of the fight. Coming almost, midway through the first round.
Of course, a lot will be going through both these fighters' minds. It's their first showing here at Eclipse Fight League. And, the limelight, the pressure, how much will it tell on both these ladies? Coming up for the round soon. Very difficult fight, first round to call. But if I had to go on what I see, I would say the Namibian is kind of had the more clearer shots with her punches. But both ladies, if you look at the corner, both of them really gassing, really feeling tired.
Yeah, but you can see the Namibian not sitting down in a corner. Fighting is as much a mental game as anything. And does she have the mental toughness? She came out looking good in the first round compared to her opponent, but tiring towards the end. Will she have the mental strength to pull it through, Pash?
I think it's important to see how conditioning plays a part in the next rounds. But if I look at her opponent, who's obviously sitting on the chair, taking the time, there's a different approach there. Coach talking directly to her about possibly coming forward and being direct. So let's see what can happen. But both ladies, you know, kudos to them for getting in the middle of this ring.
You know, the downside of these masks, Pash, is we can't even try to lip read anymore. We just have to see if they'll execute what they've been told to do.
I think here we're going to see a battle of mental fortitude here, and maybe even nutrition as well in terms of how they've prepared. Once again, Julia coming out quite strong, going to her kicks, but Sonia keeps capitalizing with those low roundhouses, sort of keeping her in the game. But she's got to watch out for that right hand when it comes. Both women sort of dropping the guard as soon as they come in.
Yeah, you can already see from the start that Sonia told to go down to the feet. Julia told to use her reach in her arms.
Lovely front kick there to get her opponent off balance, and follows it up with a roundhouse. Tried to go in with the punches as well. Not many elbows being thrown in this bout thus far.
Absolutely. Not yet, Pash, but the combinations seem to be coming in slightly.
What I like from Julia is she's now starting to use her range, using her legs to keep her opponent at bay.
Of course, we saw her just use that switch kick.
But Sonia still showing some guts and determination. Oh. And there we go.
Oh.
Tit for tat. You trade, I trade.
There's that switch again. Julia understands that that's a strength. That's what she needs to go to. Sonia, on the other hand.
Sonia dropping a guard.
Bit on the back foot this round.
Sonia looking like she's getting a bit angry. She's dropping a guard there, trying to invite her opponent in. Can the South African capitalize?
Technically, it seems that Julia is trying to execute a little bit more than Sonia. Sonia, a straight-up brawler, as you can see with her technique.
Hey, whatever gets you the win, that's what counts. Both
There's the
fighters
energy
now.
level dropping there.
Both women definitely throwing everything at it. And I want to say, in the punching terms, handbags at it, literally, just going for broke. You can see both of them, their conditioning showing right now, both very fatigued. But Sonia still not giving up. Sonia still not giving up. Still there, still in the fight. This is going to be a very interesting fight to call, with both looking very close.
I must say, Sonia seems to be landing more punches as this round wears on. She seems to be landing more strikes. Oh, to the head. You can hear the crowd love that one.
Yep. We need more of that. We need more of that. Well, of course, you see her defense there covering up. And of course, Julia unable to penetrate. But Sonia keeps going forward, throwing those hands. It's a good sign that she keeps pushing and pressing forward.
Sonia there, strategy, kick, get out of the way. She understands Julia's going to try to counter her every time in this round. And that's what we've seen a lot of the time. Punches, tries to move back, tries to get out of reach to counter Julia's better reach.
I think Julia hasn't quite used her reach to her advantage. We've seen her set up a few good roundhouse kicks, but really not used her hand and leg reach, which could be very key for her. You do feel, though, that if she gets it right, and if she plants a really good right hand, her opponent could see the mat.
I mean, we've seen how far her leg can go. She managed to get one to the temple of Sonia there. But Sonia still seemingly ahead in this round. Of course, we're not the judges, though, Pash, fortunately.
Well, here we go now. Fighters getting up. Sonia always looking a little bit worse for wear in the corner, but when she gets into the middle, she
That
keeps
mental
it going.
fortitude that you talk about.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Of course, some
good.
of the corners they're
Good,
saying,
final
guys, you
round.
need to work, and that is true. It's the last round, very close fight. Anything can happen.
Yep, flying knee to the stomach, kicking it off or to the midriff.
There we get some knees.
We haven't
coming
seen
in.
grappling much of it this round, this fight. Here we go. Sonia realizes that she needs to get in, nullify her opponent.
I like that little bit of assertiveness that has been shown by our South African counterpart, who's now going in to try and use the knees. I think she knows that she has got to close this out.
This round
Still-
really will be the round that will make all the difference.
Yeah, lovely kick again.
Nice feint
roundhouse.
into it.
Both ladies trying to conserve their energy, but really you want to go all out here. It's not as conclusive as they would think. Clean strikes are important.
Oh,
Now you
Sonia
see,
losing balance, but immediately she's upset. Hash.
yeah,
Firing away with
I like
punches.
that, because the moment Julia got a bit of an inside on her, she just let those hands fly.
Julia understands that she needs to get into her opponent. She needs to close it down. And Sonia is now looking more to be on the defensive.
Sonia keeps looking to the clock. She needs to focus and check on what's happening in the ring. You know, keep her opponent at bay. Very difficult first fight to call. Both ladies now really slowing down
Yeah,
the
you can-
energy.
Yeah, trying to catch their breaths there as well.
Whoa,
Oh, Sonia rocking.
lovely 1-2
rocking
by Sonia.
Julia Rich in that
She's
one.
showing some tenacity. She might be tired, but she's coming on.
That has given
She
Sonia
won.
the firepower. The crowd is is behind her, and she's backing herself.
Tenacious, tenacious, tenacious. Julia trying to execute her elbow technique there, spinning elbow, but really not phasing her opponent at all.
Seeing Sonia's head rock back there. Julia will be liking that.
Every time Julia tries to get into a brawl with Sonia, Sonia comes off throwing off the last punch on the exit.
You're not going to outbrawl Sonia, Pash. Neither you or I or Julia, it seems, at this stage.
Absolutely.
Last 10 seconds.
Sonia now obviously pacing herself, taking a step back. Perhaps she feels she's got it in the bag. We'll have to wait and see.
What a fight.
Hey.
Great way to open up EFL 3, by all means.
Of course, now Sonia and her trainer there showing some positive vibes and hugging each other in the corner. They may feel that they have this bout in the bag.
When I see you, I shoot it right. But I'm frozen in motion, and my head tells me to stop. Feelings I feel about us.
Of course, Julia herself also putting up a spirited fight,
My heart is certain it's more than a
but perhaps not getting enough in terms of the clinch and using her knees. Now we wait and see.
And the winner of the first ladies EFL fight, blue.
And as expected, of course, the Namibian fighter showing a bit more tenacity and winning her first bout
Remember to take your...
under EFL. Of course, you can see the celebrations and the happiness around that. Sonia really doing her country proud and pushing through the last minutes of that fight.
Sonia Simon, congratulations. What a fight. How do you think you did?
Did quite good, I think. But she was a tough opponent, so I gotta give it to her. I think she gave me a good game.
We enjoyed the game as well. Talk to me about what it means to win this fight for yourself, for Namibia.
It's good. It's really good because I didn't know I was going to win. I just came here to put on my all, but now I won. I'm very grateful. Thank you very much.
Well, Sonia, your all was phenomenal tonight. Will you be back for the next EFL?
Hell yes.
Give it up for Sonia Simon!
Of course, Sonia, happy in victory, saying, hell yeah, she will be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give it up for the 81 to 86 kilogram male amateur fight. Is the second fight on tonight's card. Fighting in the blue corner, probably traveled with Sonia from Namibia in his debut EFL fight from Combat Club Namibia. It's Kyle Duchy!
Kyle, of course, now walking in after his compatriot won their first fight of the night. Can Namibia go 2-0 against South African fighters?
What you know about rolling down in the deep when you
Kyle making the way to the ring right now. Very calm, looks relaxed, and of course embracing the crowd. So here goes, and let's see what he can do. Kyle getting in the ring, of course, playing to the crowd, showing that he's taking this seriously, but also being a bit of a showman as well.
I'm like, yeah, that's true. I believe in G-O-D, don't believe in T-H-O-T.
And as expected, greeting and paying respect to all the judges and referee Brett Clark.
His opponent, coming from Thai Fitness Gym, Pretoria, Grant is also fighting in his debut fight. In the red corner, Grant Shotton!
Grant, of course, coming from Thai Fitness. And you can see he walks in as the hot stepper. Very calm and quiet. Nice ring intro. Of course, he's coming from a gym that is well represented in the South African Muay Thai fraternity. So here's hoping that he can deliver. But for the Namibian, he'll be looking to make it 2-0 against their South African group, or South African fighters, so to speak.
Another, should I say War of the Worlds? Is it appropriate?
Well, I love the way they both entered, and I have to say, I love Grant's entry with here comes the hot stepper. So, obviously taking it back there. But first, before all the fun, the Y crew.
Look, this fight has some billing to live up to, especially after seeing the opening fight of tonight. This should be just as entertaining.
Well, the ladies put it all on the line, so it's quite simple. All the boys, the men, have to live up to that expectation. And of course, from a Namibian perspective, they'll be wanting to go with another victory under their belt as well. But Grant himself comes from a Muay Thai gym that is well respected in the Muay Thai fraternity. And I'm sure he'd be getting as much information and training under his belt ahead of this important bout.
Yep. As you can see there, Caitlin Abrahams, the ring girl, in the ring, giving us the signal. The first round is about to get underway.
Well, as long as it's not you and me that's sitting in that center and squaring off, I think we're in a safe place tonight.
I'd rather fight with the mic all night tonight.
But do remember, you're watching FL3. And it's, of course, here in Centurion. Do make sure that you tune in, watch, like, subscribe, and Hal, next time you better come out and join us as well for this party.
Absolutely, you need to feel this excitement, this atmosphere. You need to see these bone-crunching hits in person because it will make you want to get into it as well.
I think what's vitally important is that people are now being able to come out and actually get some sport, see some sport, which has been lacking due to that other thing we're fighting, the COVID-19.
We've been starved. But no more. Let's hope.
Okay, judges ready.
It's time for the first fight. First round, and the second fight.
Both fighters now square in the ring. And straight off the corner, difference. Kyle pushing through. Roundhouse to the head. Kyle showing some clean kicks so far. Whoa, inside leg, composure, both fighters.
Immediately you can hear the impact with the guys coming up. Oh, they're just getting into each other. They're not holding anything back. Again, you have to ask yourself, will they last the 3 rounds in this intensity?
Well, Kyle Duchy coming out very strong and very affirmative in his approach. But can he keep it up? Of course, now throwing those punches. But Grant trying to get in and clinch, using those knees, showing what they can do, both these fighters. Again, roundhouse. At the moment he throws it, you see Grant coming in with the punches and trying to clinch again.
That was almost a knee to the head, but good defense there that we see from Grant.
Attempted overhand right there. Perhaps didn't get the impact that it wanted. But what we see now, Grant is slowly starting to claw himself into this round. He's walking his opponent down, which is very key. And of course, is he going to use his holding and of course use his additional height and weight to possibly weigh his opponent down?
Yeah,
Grant
Shotton with a spinning backhand there, connecting, and the crowd loves it.
Kyle definitely connecting with something there, obviously sending Grant on the back foot. And you can see him looking a bit dazed. Can the Namibian make it count?
Fighting in his home colors, the Namibian, Kyle Duchy, in the blue of Namibia as well.
Grant looks to be breathing heavy right now. And Kyle is continuing his frenetic pace and workmanlike conduct. See
and
how it's
striking.
Yeah. Those hands.
You can just see he's got him back against the rope in that one.
Oh, there we go. Of course, that is an early sign. Grant turning his back to his opponent. Kyle Duchy like really going all on his opponent, and as you can see now, Crew Brett giving the 8 count.
6, 7, 8. You're right.
Just hoping that Grant can.
Look to me.
Grant coherent, ready. Crew Brett brings them together again. That's the end of the round.
Well, you have to say on tenacity again, the Namibian showing a bit more resolve. And of course, both fighters landing good. But I'd have to say, closing out that round, Kyle would have definitely got that first round.
I think so too. I can imagine that in the corner of Grant, they're saying, I'm begging you, Grant, lay it into him right now. Don't let him take you out.
I like when you're looking at Kyle's corner, his corner man sort of emphasizing the body, emphasizing, you know, going to the body. Does that mean, are we going to see front kicks coming? Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Look, this first round characterized by some big hits from both these fighters, and indeed they will both be feeling it, but with Grant sitting, you might be wondering, is he out of breath? Is he feeling the fatigue?
I think Kyle would have just got the edge a little bit more in terms of when both of them traded, because he seemed to finish off the sporadic trading that they had. So,
round 2.
Grant coming again in, but the moment he comes in, you see Kyle walking into him.
Kyle understanding that height difference or not, if he comes close, it's all the same fight for both.
It's interesting to see, but the fact that Kyle, every time Grant comes in, he kind of pushes back at him and pushes him onto the rope, and that can be extremely beneficial because you're sapping the energy out of your opponent. Makes it hard.
Yeah, and also takes his striking abilities away from him as well. We haven't seen many knees, which you would imagine is what Grant should be deploying in situations like that.
See, trying to get into the guard, and they're landing a really good knee. But the South African clearly is struggling.
To the nose, that one. And you can see Grant just connecting.
His shorter opponent, perhaps, you know, just getting into positions a little bit better. Little bit better. While they do say height and reach is an advantage, it's how you use it that really counts.
Absolutely.
Now Grant Shotton showing a bit of more tenacity, trying to use the elbows, but both fighters starting to show their fatigue.
Yep, breathing heavy on both sides of the spectrum here. And you can see it's a technique, you mentioned it. Every time Kyle comes in, or rather Grant comes in, Kyle pushes him back against the ropes.
Both fighters now showing the fatigue, but look at that combinations going. Look at the Namibian pressing.
And the points are just ticking in Kyle Duchy's favor.
There we have it. Now you see referee now calling a standard 8 count. It's the second time it's been called in this bout.
7.
And you know, you're looking at the two different corners. If you want to just get an indication of what's happening, the Namibian corner, the blue corner, a lot more animated, a lot more serious about the instructions that they are barking out there.
And there we go. Kyle going straight back to work, going straight back into the corner, not giving his opponent any space. Closing him down, not allowing him to use those kicks. Working on, trying to get in on the inside and work.
I mean, that round would have felt like an hour for both these fighters with the fatigue setting in there.
It has to be said that Kyle is definitely the one that is the aggressor right now, and it's important that he keeps that momentum. When I look at his South African opponent, Grant, I think a knockout is what's needed here to bring it home for him. So he's going to have to go to work.
He's going to definitely throw all of everything, including the kitchen sink and his grandma, at Kyle Duchy if he plans on coming out with something here. The points stacked heavily against the South African at the moment. The Namibian standing in that corner, out on his feet, and you can see that he's ready for the next round.
Drive the fighters, touch glove, first round. Okay, good. Third, final round. Jump.
Oh, we see Grant coming out hard, trying to obviously counteract Kyle's assertiveness.
Yeah, you called it, Pash. He needs to get in there. He needs to go to town.
Kyle still, again, using that ability to come in, pressing his opponent back. The work rate has dropped a little bit, but still keeping his opponent and leaning on him.
Yeah, you can see the fatigue really setting in there, Pash, with both his fighters.
Oh, looks like they might hope a change of heart here. Can we see a change in the tide?
Well, could we? It needs to happen now if there's going to be something for Grant at the end of this.
What's interesting to see is the fact that you can see Kyle with his mouth guard, sort of mouth open, breathing heavy, but he still keeps pressing, he still keeps pushing in. Perhaps it's not as fluent as the first 2 rounds.
Yep.
Survival is probably what's on the cards now.
Yep.
Just getting the points and coming out with the victory. Both fighters really fatigued right now.
You can really see it. You can really see it. But of course, again, we go back to this, the first fight, mental fortitude. Here we will need to see it again. It's 3 minutes, then it's done. Push until the end.
I think Kyle has got to keep up with that pressure here, because if he's not careful, I'm saying Richard, but his opponent can definitely sneak in here. Look at me already anticipating Richard Spagnuolo's fight.
The Italian stallion, he'll be in the ring not too long from now, but for now, it is pound for pound action between the South African and the Namibian.
Both fighters really showing that how important it is to have conditioning. And there we go. What about that?
Oh, get in there.
That was very close to almost knocking him off his socks.
Listen, Grant is definitely working his way back into this, but I don't know if it's enough to work his way back into the contest entirely, but he's giving it his all, as you can see. Is it a little too late?
He's definitely more assertive in this round. But will that play into his favor? It's hard to tell right now. Both
Last
guys
10
just
seconds.
slugging it out. Absolute slugfest.
Oh, what a fight.
In the fading light, hearts collide. Shadows dance in the distance. Something just ain't right. I'm cold inside. Help me find what I'm missing. We're all scared to fly, still we try. Learn to be brave, see the other side. Won't you lead me there? Have no fear. Close your eyes, find paradise. Oh my, my, my. There's 1,000 miles between you and I.
And your winner is... Woo!
As expected, Kyle pulling out all the stops, being the more assertive fighter and taking his first Eclipse Fight League victory.
I'm going to let him catch his breath before he knocks me out. Kyle, what a fight. I mean, as soon as the both of you walked into the ring, there was a height difference, but it seemed like it didn't matter for you.
Yeah, I just followed my game plan. I knew it would work out.
And indeed it did. Home ground advantage is always a thing, but was it a matter of you've traveled so far not to lose, so you're going to give it your all?
Like, it isn't like a home match. You give every match your all, and then you win all.
Kyle, I mean, you've already won one. Are you going to win the next one in EFL 4?
For sure I will.
He'll be back. Give it up for Kyle Duchy! Oh, Pash, those first two fights, I don't know if you're keeping score, but I certainly am.
Well, all I can say is our cousins from Namibia certainly turned up and certainly put on a show so far.
Yeah, before we move on, just one more time. They've traveled this far and they've kicked ass. Give it up for Namibia! Ladies and gentlemen, we've got something special lined up for you now. We're going to show you an exhibition of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Well, if Muay Thai is what they call the supreme in the stand-up, these guys are definitely the supreme when it comes to the groundwork. So it'll be interesting to see. And of course, with martial arts, we admire all. But here, of course, number one is Muay Thai.
Absolutely. Now this, as mentioned, it's an exhibition at 50% power. It's a flow of sparring exhibition on what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu can look like. 5-minute rounds with 1-minute break is what we'll see. And the first of 5 submissions will win. Or if time runs out, is the most submissions takes the honors.
All we can hope to see is, of course, some of that flair and maybe even some of the influence or heritage from the Gracie family as well. The famous Brazilian family that sort of put this sport on the map.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming out of the Rio Grappling Club, both these fighters, I'm going to call up in the blue corner, Piro.
Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again, y'all. Look out. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Listen to me. I despise.
Always fear a man who walks to a fight with a smile on his face. Taking him on in the red corner, give it up for Byron!
Never get free, lamb to the slaughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes, tell me everything's not fine. All the people ain't happy, and the river has run dry. You thought you could go free, but the system is closely.
Right, both fighters getting straight into it there.
Yeah, of course, you know, for all to see. And this art form is one of the supreme art forms that we see in the world of martial arts. Piro, of course, coming and working with crew Brett Clark, and here at the Warriors Gym. So both guys
there's
showing.
a tap out. That's the first submission that we've seen so far, and that took just a couple of seconds. Now, the beautiful thing about what you're seeing today is that to the untrained eye, it looks like just wrestling on the ground. But really, it is getting the limbs into a position where you can force the man into submission.
Yes, I think what is vitally important about understanding why this is such an important martial art is it's got to do with leverage. It's got to do with where you position yourself, how you defend.
Yeah. Of course, this is only at 50% intensity, but you can already see how intense this thing is. His body weight, his strength, fighting on the ground, trying to get out of very difficult positions.
Well, if you think, you know, being in a clinch,
oh, that's
and of course,
block.
lovely little shape and movement into an armbar.
Great lock there. I was trying to get his legs wrapped around.
I think what's vitally important is to understand how the sport has grown, and it's become a real fight defensive system.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Is that the submission? Oh, he's trying to get himself out of this one. Ah, there it is. Another submission. This is This is tight.
If you look
Vitally,
at-
as
if you look at this, of course, and you look at the way these guys are going, I mean, this is a martial art form that can be extremely beneficial for people, you know, on a layman's terms. Just being in the street and being able to help get yourself out of that situation.
Another submission there is really, it's great technique that we're seeing on display here, Passion. What's most phenomenal is that, you know, we speak of Muay Thai being the art of standing and fighting. This is fighting on the ground, as you're saying, getting out of close combat, even on the street, is something that you could really use to your advantage, this kind of fighting.
Well, there is close quarters and there's close quarters. And as you can see, and don't be fooled, you know, making a switch
Good
or
switch.
shrimping out of a position is as athletically demanding as any other martial art form.
Absolutely.
And now you can see shaping up with the triangle, ready and
And
getting
that's the
sure.
submission. Look, it's about just finding the smallest amount of space and getting yourself to work it as much as you can. And that's what we're seeing both these fighters do. A lot of respect between them, of course. It is an exhibition, but definitely not holding too much back in this one as they try to get one up on each other. Proper martial art on display there. You can see that the knee is locked. He's trying to just get out of it, and he does. What a switch on that.
Lovely little switch there. Keeps himself grounded. And there we
Great
see,
to see.
You see there him using his body and leverage, getting into a bridge position and pushing over. And now we see a lock
Byron got the
happening.
headlock on
Byron
Hero there.
getting the headlock. Despite Piro coming out and trying to bridge.
What also is quite something is the fact that it's a 5-minute round. It is really long. Your fitness needs to be at the next level, really, to go full tilt at this for so long.
Well, if you look at the fact that how important this martial art has become to the fight game, and specifically when we look at mixed martial arts, it's an integral part of an athlete's arsenal. It's not something that can be looked down upon in any way.
What a roll, look at that. It's a game
Beautiful.
of chess, Pash.
Now, what can we see? Well,
this really is chess of the limbs, if I can call it anything.
both gentlemen obviously, you know, showing real good technique.
That's, you can hear the last 10 seconds in this fight there. Both fighters
And
just running down
Pirlo.
the clock. What?
Well,
an
looked like
exhibition.
Pirlo was coming back there to shape up nicely. But all in all, a good showing for the martial art that is known as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Even though it's what they say 50%, both guys breathing really heavy and showing that it is certainly not 50% in their attempt.
Yeah, Pash, I almost walked myself into the second round there. I definitely
I saw. I just said, let him go and, and let
no,
him.
thank you. No, thank you. So grateful the organizer stopped me before I killed myself. What an exhibition. I mean, 5 minutes. You can see Piro out on his feet there, breathing heavy. But here they're going. Fighters paying respect, and it's on. Oh,
nice
great lock right off the
move.
bat. There we've seen the first submission. That is one to Piro in this one. A game of chess, this Pash.
Both guys sort of trying to get that that leverage, and there you see
And
Hero tapping out there.
more importantly, no striking whatsoever. It is just a game of submissions. Getting one up on your opponent.
Well, Byron definitely showing what he can do there. Can he repel now?
Interestingly, Byron choosing to start fighting on the ground most of the time. Piero coming in with a stance, standing, and then goes down to Byron's level.
Both guys, you know, oh, there we go. Piero.
That is fantastic.
Piero moving himself into a very fluid position. Let's see what he can do. Can he capitalize?
Really wrap.
There we
the
go.
man up.
Byron putting on the defense.
Indeed, indeed. But Piero's just holding into him there. Keeping himself tucked in and looking to force another submission.
Both guys sort of going for broke. They say it's 50%, but what you're seeing is supreme technique on display right now.
I would not like to see it at well, I'd love to see it at 100% actually, but not on me. But this is fantastic.
It's good you mentioned that.
Yeah. In case you were wondering. There's another submission there for Piero on that one. And also it's a game of respect, showing your opponent respect when they have you in a lock and you know that you can't get out of it. Oh, good roll there, but
I think what's important is the respect that the martial arts has in terms of the ground game. And if you want to become a mixed martial artist, I would say there are many different styles that you can look at, but in essence, having the ground game is very important in an MMA environment.
Absolutely. Look, you take Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and you take, Muay Thai, and you've got mixed martial arts.
Yep. Of course, you know, there are those that like the striking and there are those that like the groundwork. So in the martial arts world, there's something for everyone.
A lot of respect there again in this exhibition fight. Love to see it. Love to see it. Using him as a chair or not. So into his favor that Piero.
Piero obviously trying to use his weight and setting
he's got
up
his arm there.
And let's see now if he can
He's got his arm there.
If he can get that open and set up the
Byron's
arm out to set up that arm bar.
That's it. Imagine, Byron managed to get the submission from that position, switching it into his favor. You know, it's also important to note how important the clothing is that they're wearing. It allows for you to really wrap your opponent up during this type of fighting.
Absolutely. The gi, or in some martial arts they would refer to it. Of course, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu sort of getting its origins from another art form called judo. And in MMA, we would have seen a famous judoka named Ronda Rousey that sort of was very good with submission moves. So it shows that each martial art builds onto the other.
What a display, Pash. Beautiful to see.
Of course, if you wanted to get the feel of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you just did. What a brilliant display of athleticism and craft. Well, of course, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was on show there. The technicality, the prowess.
Beautiful fight, Piro. I didn't realize you could get so entangled into someone and make it hurt so much.
Yeah, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's an awesome sport. I was sitting in the office getting fat about 13 years ago. Decided to do something and I fell in love. Yeah.
I mean, talk to me about some of the skill, the fitness that goes into it, all the way through to what you have to eat on the daily.
Well, I can't speak to the eat. I think everybody has their own preferences. However, I think Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is one of the martial arts you need the most skills in. If you watch UFC 1 to 10, you will see that was proven. It's a core part of MMA these days, and I think a great thing if you want to do it pro or recreationally. Yeah.
I mean, you're on quite a level, you and Byron as well. Great fight. How long does it take you to just get to this level? How much training goes into it?
Well, like I said, I've been training for, I think, 15 years now. I only got my black belt, I think, 3 years ago. So it was a hard struggle. I've been training multiple hours a week to get to this point. And to be honest, I still don't feel many weeks if I'm there yet. And I'm probably not there yet, but we keep on trying.
Absolutely, that was beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to both these fighters, Piro and Byron. Well done, guys. Give it up for an aerial acrobatic performance from Twisted Cirque.
I've been on a long road with the devil right beside me, rising with the morning sun. It's a hunger that drives me. Oh Lord, set my soul, take my pain and turn it into gold. 'Cause all I know, all I know, all I know is champion. I can take a beating, I'll rise again, running through the jungle until the end. I can live forever, I'll rise again, keep rising up. I'm champion. I can take a beating, I'll rise again, running through the jungle until the end. I can live forever, I'll rise again, keep rising up. Every time I knock down, it's the struggle that reminds me. So heaven don't feel me now. Put the wings upon my feet. Oh Lord, set my soul, take my pain and turn it into gold. 'Cause all I know, all I know, all I know is champion. I can take a beating, I'll rise again, running through the jungle until the end. I can live forever, I'll rise again, keep rising up. I'm champion. I can take a beating, I'll rise again, running through the jungle until the end. I can live forever,
Now, for the fourth fight of the night, in the 63 to 67 kilogram amateur men's fight, both fighters making their EFL debut. It'll be an interesting fight as they'll want to prove that they can fight Muay Thai. In the blue corner, Dumiso Mashaba!
Of course, Dumiso Mashaba coming out ready to stake his claim to the EFL banner. You can see he walks into the ring with a sense of urgency and intensity. Can he put on a show tonight for the South African fans?
His opponent in the red corner. Give it up for Humphrey Musala!
Humphrey also stepping into the ring now with a sense of urgency and readiness. Can he deliver and take the step up here at Eclipse Fight League? The intensity is there. Can he be the one to get the victory in this bout?
Look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to uptown. Thank God all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped.
They always say that the poker face is hard to tell, and in this case, both fighters have definitely got a very good poker face. The intensity is there. Can the tenacity and the technique match it?
Both fighters debuting today. Both of them will want to prove a point, that's for sure. It's time for the white crew.
what I must say is definitely, they say, you know, eye of the tiger. Both guys having that eye of the tiger moment as they walked into the ring. But first, the formality of the Y crew.
As you can see, there's just absolute focus on their faces. This is going to be quite the battle. 3 rounds, 3 minutes, 1 winner. Who will it be?
Of course, both fighters paying respect and homage to their corners, to the refs, and all that are here to witness their bout. And of course, you can hear the applause for their endeavors.
Fight 4 about to get underway. Naledi Stokwe making her way into the ring as she signals the first round of the first fight. I look forward to this one. I tell you, Pash, it should be fire.
Yes. Is it a case of brawn over, you know, the smaller guy? We'll have to wait and see.
One thing we've already seen by Muay Thai is that physique means only as much as you make it mean.
It's all about technique.
Absolutely. Dumiso Mashaba in blue, Humphrey Musala in red. The first round is about to start.
And here we go. Whoa.
Oh! All right, Humphrey Musala coming in with a spinning kick.
Yeah, spinning kick. They're trying to set up something, but his opponent not being phased.
Yeah, you can see Dumiso's looking to evade there, but this is just fury.
Humphrey
and there's the
coming
punches.
in big, but his opponent definitely showing some technicality, showing some prowess.
Oh, big kick by Humphrey. The crowd is loving it.
Humphrey, they're definitely giving something for the fans.
Oh, he's giving it all. Will he take it though from Dumiso? Humphrey on the front foot then. Dumiso just
overhand
trying to
right.
Stay into it. Again, Pash, furious start. How will it affect them as the rounds wear on?
When Humphrey threw the overhand right there, both guys showing a step up in technicality right now. Oh, there we go. Whoa, this is definitely a fight.
Oh,
Humphrey
big
walking in there. That punch seemed to sort of take the wind out of him a little bit, trying to reset himself.
Powerful kicks Humphrey has, just trying to sweep Dumiso off his feet.
But what you can notice is Dumiso is definitely there. He's definitely there, and there we can see it.
Dumiso will feel good about that one.
Yeah, he's showing some technical ability. He's showing some prowess.
No, this is only 63 to 67 kilograms, but the punches, the kicks feel like heavyweight. They are making a massive impact.
Both guys showing a good technique.
Oh, good block
Humphrey
there
being
by
a bit more assertive, but his opponent
counter.
is definitely there with the counter whenever it arises. So they're both looking focused. Humphrey stepping in again.
Big swings from both these fighters.
What we definitely see is Humphrey trying to close the gap, trying to go and going to the knees. Wow.
Fury.
Both guys not playing around.
Last 10 seconds, what will happen?
A very, very entertaining first round.
What a round, what a round. It feels like it was a minute long. Really, so much action in that round. Phenomenal stuff.
Yeah, what you see there is both fighters being switched on, actually showing real good technique.
Yeah.
Humphrey, of course, making that pressing runs, but his opponent is not overawed. He's there, he's countering.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Dumiso on the back foot. Humphrey taking the fight to him in that first round. We saw a big flying knee as well, landed by the man in the red.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, Dumiso not overawed, trying to keep his head, trying to get back into it.
It's interesting to see the corners, and you look at the corners right now, both fighters, what's going on. Both of them trying to regulate their breathing and get the heart rate down. But now we see it's round 2, and here we go. Dumiso trying to find a way in. At the moment he comes in, Humphrey comes in with those legs.
Humphrey just ready to attack on the front foot, not going to give his opponent any space, any time.
Dumiso coming into the body and then going to the knees. Both guys showing some real prowess. Humphrey showing a jumping knee there into the face.
Dumiso is under siege here, and Dumiso is under siege here. Humphrey on the front foot.
Well, all I can say is that Humphrey pushed his opponent back and almost knocked out Sensei Brett Clark there in the process.
I don't think you want to knock that man out, let me tell you.
Dumiso needs to do more here, showing a bit of that technical prowess, but not really capitalizing on what he sets up.
Yeah.
Oh, and Humphrey coming in over the guard there.
And his hands are low. Dumiso's hands are low. Humphrey keeps on catching him. Oh, Dumiso's children are on fire right now.
Yes, of course, the kick to a groin means now that he can take the 8 count to shake it off. But Humphrey is showing more prowess, and you can see his boxing technique coming over the guard there and connecting.
Right, they're back at it. Second round continues.
Humphrey again looking to wind up that right hand to throw it. Is it? Doesn't land. Dumiso then comes with the jab and
leaving himself open every time he attacks.
Dumiso has definitely showed his punches. He's throwing to the body, overhand right, moving out. But Humphrey coming back.
You can hear the crowd telling you where the momentum is. Humphrey looking to keep Dumiso down. Dumiso trying all he can to counter.
Both guys throwing the punches. Dumiso came in with a really good setup, but the moment he got the upper hand, Humphrey came back. Dumiso tries to go to the body, and Humphrey keeps relying on that right hand. That right hand seems to be like a thorn in the bush.
He's got lead in that glove, clearly, because he is knocking the
There
man
we go,
with it.
rocks him again. Dropping the hands now. Humphrey dropping the hands, inviting his opponent in, and then there we go. You see the left hand coming in, overhand right.
Fatigue or strategy, looks like a strategy more than anything.
Trying to walk his opponent down. Humphrey walks his opponent down, gets him into the corner. Dumiso trying all that he can. Humphrey
Looking
again.
at the faces of these two fighters, Dumiso breathing a lot heavier than Humphrey. Mouth is open, looking to catch his breath. He's under siege. You might think that attacking takes a lot out of you, but defending.
What is quite evident is Dumiso does not want to stand toe-to-toe with Humphrey at close range. Use your height, use your reach, set up that jab with that low kick. It's all to play for.
I mean, for me, the big thing is Dumiso using his technique at the right time, firing off those knees when he's pretty sure that he's going to get a high impact hit. And that's what we've seen.
What is interesting to see is Humphrey showing his ability to brawl, to come in, and he's throwing that overhand all the time. So, if Dumiso wants to set it up with that jab, fake, and come out and pop him.
You know, you wonder when they start so furiously whether they'll be able to sustain it all the way through. Humphrey has shown that despite looking heavier than his opponent, he seems to have the fitness on his side.
There we go, low kicks again. Low kicks is the business in Muay Thai. Low roundhouse, going, keeps going, keeps going. It sets up the pace. Humphrey again, setting up that pace with that kick, not throwing. And both guys really reactive there. Humphrey catching the leg and then going in.
Humphrey sizing his chances up every time, looking to find that opening from his opponent. Doesn't just strike for the sake of striking, is what I've seen in this round. Dumiso is feeling his fury.
Of course, Dumiso doing a nice takedown there. Both fighters really giving it their all. Dumiso walking into that punch by throwing his front kick but not keeping the hands up.
Dumiso coming into him with a flying knee there.
Yeah. Dumiso now dropping his hands.
Is Dumiso fighting back? Is Humphrey's battery on low?
Lovely, lovely hand connects for Dumiso. He's fighting on the back foot now, trying not to engage with his opponent. Is it a case of fatigue?
Seems like Humphrey almost knows that he's got this one, slowing it down in the last couple of minutes in this round, in the last few seconds of the fight. Just looking to weather the storm now, it seems. Dumiso needs to pick up.
Both fighters showing their fatigue now, but Dumiso again powering on in this last round. Has he done enough to catch Humphrey? Both guys laying it on the line, and Dumiso definitely showing more technique and more prowess right now. Can he capitalize?
Dumiso needs to capitalize now if he's going to pull something out of this.
Tries to come in. Humphrey then immediately goes for the clinch. Buying time, buying time. Both fighters throw roundhouses. Stand and deliver.
Humphrey just looking to put some space between him and Dumiso. You can see he's a bit tired. Dumiso can get back, but it will have to be a knockout out, I feel, in this one, Pash.
Well, coming on strong, but late. Is it too late? Dumiso trying to set up that overhand for the knockout, wobbles his opponent.
It's 10 seconds. Will Humphrey run? There's the time. What a fight. What a fight.
Definitely a level up. A level up for both these fighters.
Pull up skirt on your body, performing just like my Rari. You're too fine, need a ticket. I bet you taste expensive.
Humphrey and Dumiso. Dumiso definitely showing what it takes. Both fighters bringing a level of technicality to this bout. It'll be interesting to see how the judges score this.
You can see it in my eyes that I wanna take it down right now if I could.
And the winner is Ray!
And as expected, Humphrey takes the win for his assertiveness in the first two rounds, but definitely a very good show by both fighters.
Humphrey, a fan favorite, no doubt. It feels like they carried you. Talk to us about your strategy. You came in, guns blazing, tapered off towards the end. How did you approach this fight?
Champions beer, Henneke.
And again, all right. You know, you look at, as soon as you started the fight, you had this look of determination in your eyes. What was carrying you through it?
Henneke.
They better have a case waiting there for you in the back. Humphrey, you have officially won on your EFL debut. What is next for you? Are you coming back for EFL 4?
No doubt.
No doubt. A man not of many words, but of many flying fists. Humphrey! Ladies and gentlemen, we enter into our Pro-Am part of the card, our last two fights of the evening. I need you to make a noise, stand up, feel the fight. Two fighters looking to go toe-to-toe in what should be an entertaining brawl. In the blue corner, making his debut fight at EFL, Muaythai Toulon.
Muaythai Toulon walking out to AC/DC's Thunderstruck. Can he bring the thunder on tonight? Ice cold look in his demeanor as he walks to the ring. Hungry and ready to go.
And his opponent, returning from a loss at EFL, looking to get that win under his belt. Give it up for Spagnuolo!
We have fondly termed him the Italian stallion here. Richard Spagnuolo coming off a loss in the previous EFL encounter. We see he's cut the weight. Can he bring in the intensity to get a victory under his belt today?
You can't see me, my time is now. It's the franchise where I'm shining now. You can't see me, my time is now. In case you forgot or fell off, I'm still hot, knock your shell off.
Is there wisdom in the words of John Cena? You can't see him. Is that the way that the Italian is going to be going
We
tonight?
shall find out. It is Thunder trying to weather the storm, or is it Richard Spagnuolo's Can't See Me that will win this
Well,
one?
I think we should do it like this. You can't see me.
I can see you, Pash. I can see
I
you.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
If you were John Cena, I'd be looking all over for you right now.
We won't be able to find him. Yeah. Of course, Richard coming off that loss against Christian Mlambu in his first EFL outing. He's gone back to the drawing board. He's cut the weight and looks to be in much better shape.
Yeah, it will be a big one for Richard Spagnuolo, looking to finally claim a victory under his belt here at EFL. But of course, the debutant will not want to be outdone there. Muaythai Toulon, as you can see, both fighters have the eagle eye on them, eye of the tiger, as you call it. How will this work out?
It'll be interesting to see because we know what Spagnuolo brings. Of course, his opponent has a bit of an unknown factor. So can that play into his benefit?
All right, Caitlin Abrahams getting us underway for fight number 5 at EFL 3. Round 1 coming to you soon. I'm expecting so much from this fight.
A rebel that I don't hide. Remember all the words that you said. Even if the love was hurting, I'll be yours.
No headgear, you'll notice here, because this is a pro-am fight, unlike the other amateurs fight.
Both fighters sizing each other out. Spagnuolo going for the attack, but his opponent coming in with a lovely 1-2 combination with the hands. Roundhouse.
Muaythai coming in and out, making sure he gets in and he moves out of reach for Spagnuolo. As you can already see, Muaythai seems to be furiously getting into Richard Spagnuolo right now.
Very, very effective technique Muaythai is using. In and out, in and out. Richard seems to be pacing himself at this point. Will it count in his favor or against him? Richard coming over the guard there, you saw, with an elbow. While of course, Richard seems a bit more reserved, he throws a lovely low roundhouse and checks that kick as well from his opponent, checks another and steps in to try and go to the elbow. Of course, not to the back of the head there.
Oh,
Muaythai's catching a bit of Richard's power there, definitely feeling it, but the moment he gets it, he returns the favor.
Yeah, look, Spagnuolo is slightly taller, he'll have a bit more reach, but as we've seen in so many of the fights already tonight, that means not as much as you might think it does, especially if it can be counted the way that Muaythai Durant is doing.
Oh, lovely kick by Richard. That roundhouse seemed to be finding range now. Richard keeping his calm about him, even though he's been charged by his opponent, who looks a lot more gassed at this point.
Yeah.
Muaythai Durant is down.
That hit him on the jaw, he's down. Muaythai Durant is down. Richard Spagnuolo disconnecting him right there with a big left hook. Was it all right?
Muaythai now taking the count. Spagnuolo will want to go in for the finish, and
oh, he's definitely shook now. Can Muaythai Durant get his mind over that and get back into it?
Richard coming in for the kill now. Pacing himself. He's got to make sure that he keeps his guard up.
Oh, that missed him by inches. Furious, furious, furious. What a first round.
What a good round for Richard Spagnuolo.
Look, apart from flooring of Muaythai Durant, which obviously is very important in all of this, but it was very even. But Richard just connected it so sweetly on his jaw there, unlocking him and dropping him to the floor.
What we saw is that Richard keeping his energy in his bank, choosing his shots, being very wise, setting up with a 1-2 combination and then going into the roundhouse, and he definitely caught his opponent off guard. Kudos to Durant for coming out guns blazing, but Richard showed a level of maturity that perhaps we didn't see in the previous Eclipse Fight League encounter.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see the medic is in the ring now, just making sure everything is in check, making sure that the fighter, Muaythai Durant, is still good to go. And it seems like all indications are pointing to him continuing this bout. Taking a bit longer to get up though.
You take whatever second comes your way when you've just been put to the canvas.
Absolutely, he felt that. He absolutely felt that.
Richard again coming, see tight guard, keeping focused, keeping centered, coming in with the roundhouse. But there again, his opponent coming with a flurry of punches, and the work rate is definitely up there. But is he landing clean enough? Hard to tell. And Richard drops him again. And knee.
Again! On the canvas. Richard Spagnuolo definitely on top right now. Can Muaythai Durant get back? It doesn't look like it.
And this fight is
That's the
over.
fight. That's the fight. Mr. Spagnuolo avenging his defeat with a knockout.
Cutting the weight, getting down with it, and producing a clinical knockout. Here's hoping that, of course, his opponent, Matthijs Durant, is okay. And, of course, the medics coming into the ring to check on how he is and checking how he is in terms of his health. Here's hoping that nothing too serious has happened with him. Of course, Richard showing a sign of sportsmanship and going to his opponent to check if he's okay.
Winner by knockout, Rerun! Richard, one came into this fight knowing that you want to avenge that defeat you suffered last time out. And indeed you did it. Just talk us through when you realized you had the upper hand and when you realized you could finish it.
Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone for coming through tonight. That one was for you. Thanks. Just want to thank the Lord for giving me the strength and courage to get in the ring. Thanks for all my supporters. And yeah, that was a good one. That one was for you guys.
Talk us through the fight.
I knew he was going to come in and brawl. First round, I was talking to them in the round, saying he's going to get tired. Just picked my shot. Didn't even need to hit hard, I just needed to land it on the spot. That's what had happened. So, yeah.
Of course, confidence will be through the roof now. Your career doesn't end here, there is more coming. How do you take this and build on it?
Well, this week I'm taking off. The weight cut was a bit rough. And then it's day one again, we start all over. Like it never happened. You can't be... You have to take your victories like your losses and just work off that. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Richard Spagnuolo!
Richard Spagnuolo saying you got to take your victories as you take your losses. A good mentality to have.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main fight of the night. It is the first title fight in the history of Eclipse Fight League. I want you to stand on your feet as we welcome these two beastly fighters to the ring. Both fighters coming off victories, coming into the fight. Both fighters want to hold the top spot. In the blue corner, Marlon Watton!
Marlon Watton from Warriors Gym, training under Crew Brett Clark, comes in with 2 victories under his belt at EFL. Of course, he faces a very dangerous opponent in Luca. Certainly a fan favorite, and rightly so, with all the previous fights that he has showed here at EFL. Eyes of steel, intensity there, ready.
Still run way fresh. Got you on that mental plane with my project jet. I'm 2 steps above that.
Taking him on, fighting out of the red corner, make some noise for Luca Paiole.
Luca Paiole coming off a very good win in the previous EFL and a very strong opponent at that. This is definitely the fight of the night. Both guys with extreme energy, extreme prowess and ability. Now we separate the men from the boys. What a feature fight to have tonight.
What a feature fight indeed, Pash. The crowd expecting fireworks. We've just seen an amazing fight before this.
All I can say is I know one thing for sure. Fireworks will ensue in this bout. I just don't know from where.
Yeah. Look, speaking to Marlon ahead of the fight, said he's in the best shape of his life. Of course, he would have prepared extremely hard for this fight, but the same can be said for Luka.
Absolutely, Luka brings that X factor. He brings that thing that you just can't really mimic or train for. It'll be interesting to see how both these guys sort of weigh each other out. Will it be a straight up brawl or a technical fight? Can Luka adapt? Can Marlon adapt? Only time will tell.
Should be an entertaining fight. Time will tell. We're looking forward to the next 9 minutes of high octane, bone crunching action.
Of course, both these guys coming off victories. Marlon now somewhat a veteran in the sense that he's been with the EFL since its inception. Luka coming off a fantastic win in the previous incarnation of EFL last year. All to play for.
All to play for indeed. The last fight of EFL 3 about to get underway. The main fight of EFL 3 about to get underway. The reason why we are here, ladies and gentlemen, we are crowning a champion tonight.
I'm saying things I've never said, doing things I've never done. Oh my God, when I see you I shoot it right. But I'm frozen in motion and my head tells me to stop. Tells me to stop feeling feelings I feel about us. Try to fight, but it's never enough.
Both fighters now, of course, eyeing each other out. No one flinching.
At all. No time for that right now. First
Here
round.
we go. Luka stepping in, coming into the guard. Luka again dropping that lovely 1-2 on the inside, opening Marlon's guard, and definitely showing some technique.
Oh.
Marlon countering.
Marlon working hard to avoid a firing Luka. Luka blazing all the way. What an invasive move that was.
Luka showing his ability, definitely putting Marlon on the back foot. Overhand right, Marlon skips it. Front tip, very technical fight. Both fighters keeping crouched in. Marlon finds his pace again. Luka setting it up. Marlon catches him. All to play for here, all to play for.
Both fighters not giving anything right now, Pash. Marlon, Luka exchanging knees, exchanging blows. Which way will this fight go?
Marlon showing his elbows. Luka spinning back kick, and he's got him down.
Is that the fight? Is that the fight? Is that the fight? A spinning kick. Gingerly getting back onto his feet, Luka Paioli, taking his time.
Will this round turn?
He definitely felt that.
Of course. Luka now showing Marlon coming in. Oh, and he drops Luka Paioli down.
Stunning count.
Paioli getting up.
Marlon is back.
Luka Paioli.
In the corner, getting ready, jumping up and down. Luka Paioli has a lot to do to get back into this.
This fight is very close. Marlon's got to watch out. He's got to make sure that he doesn't get hammered. Luka Paioli dropping 1-2 bombs himself. Marlon coming in. What a first round. Absolute carnage.
Carnage indeed. What a fight we are witnessing, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens when a belt is on the line.
Marlon again setting up. Both fighters showing a level of technical ability. Marlon using the front kick and dropping Luca again.
That's the fight! That's the fight!
Unreal!
That's the fight! Marlon Watson has just won the first EFL title.
Wow! Wow! Wow, baby! What a fight! What a fight! If you haven't tuned into it, now's the time. EFL 3. What a signature fight. Luca showing absolute prowess, coming out strong, phasing Marlon to begin with. And then, of course, Marlon Watson going to work.
The winner and EFL 3 champion, Rob Blue!
Marlon Watson putting on a show. What a brilliant fight.
Almost gave you the wrong color there, Marlon, because you just really laid it into him. I wasn't sure which color you were because you were just wearing both of them tonight. What a fight. What an opponent. First talk to me about your approach when it came to Luca, because he certainly came out guns blazing.
It's what I expected from his side. I knew he was going to come out guns blazing, but to be honest, a little bit more technical from his side than I expected. He surprised me a bit in the first half. Some of those shots, love you too, Nabil. Some of those shots landed and I could feel if I kept on taking them, it's going to hurt a bit, you know. Landed that spinning back kick, dropped him. First off, I would like to apologize. He was down on the knee and I threw a knee sort of in the moment, you know. But all in all, glad about the outcome.
Sportsmanship at its finest. Plenty of love from the spectators tonight. You really raised the roof. How does it feel to be EFL 3 champion?
Feels excellent, man. And you guys, you make a huge difference, really. Coming into this fight, I was very calm, no nerves. Walking up with you with the white crew, no nerves. Nice and calm, and you guys, you definitely help with that. And same as the first EFL, my lady, Mignon. Without you, this is not possible. You support me through everything, really. Through the hardest times, you're there by my side. Without you, it's not possible. I love you. And then to all of you guys, really, excellent support. Excellent support. Really, I love it, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
The man is tough as nails on the outside, but soft like a marshmallow on the inside. We love to see it. Just in closing, your preparations, you said you were the fittest you've ever been. I believe we saw it. How much did that count to just you being able to keep your head today?
Look, the fitness definitely helped for the conditioning. Some unexpected shots have pulled through, and they are the ones that hurt the most. I can feel there was power behind it, but honestly, it didn't shake me up that much, you know. So fitness definitely helped, conditioning definitely helped. Coach Damien helped me out with the strength training in the functional fitness class. Running a lot, Group Red holding pads for me. It's a good preparation, and then can only get better from here, man. We can only go forward.
Your champion, Marlon Watson!
Keep also home, 'cause I'm the one that live in a broken home, girl, I'm begging. Yeah, I'm begging you to put your love in the hand now, baby. I'm begging you to put your love in the hand now. finding.
Wow! Wow, indeed. Wow, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, from the start, from the first fight, we saw Namibians, both Namibians coming out guns blazing, claiming those two fights, but really the fire came in the last two battles of the night.
All I can say is, can we get a hell yeah for all the fighters? Absolutely, of course, we saw Richard take that victory. A really good showing from him and Marlon and, of course, Luca. Wow. I mean, that first round just felt like it was all-out war. Kudos to both of them for doing so well.
From all of us at EFL, congratulations to all the fighters, the winners, and the losers. It was immense. From all of us at EFL, thank you to you, the spectators, for coming out tonight and making this the best EFL we've ever had.
Well, of course, here's hoping that you come out to the next one. Can I get a hell yeah? I'm losing my voice, baby.
And on that note, on that knockout, we bid thee a farewell. EFL 3 is done. See you next time.
One more night at it. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business.